Hi again, Ian Dainty here, and I want to talk to you today about a new program I'm introducing today about how to double your income by acquiring new clients. Now, I've sent you a bunch of videos recently, but particularly two. Video one was the basic problems and issues that you can face when trying to open new accounts. And video two was kind of a three-legged stool, the results value relationship stool that you have to look at. And I want to look at each video in a little bit more detail. In video one, we talked about, as I mentioned, the issues that you run into when you're trying to open new accounts. They tell you you don't have any budget. And again, your biggest competitor is the status quo. Price is always an issue. I don't care what anybody says. And that's why we got to talk about value, which is a huge part of my program. You're going to run into gatekeepers, no matter who they are. And we talked about who they were. They tell you they don't have time to meet. There's many decision makers, and that's my program. We'll talk about who they are and how you can work with each one of them. People move companies, of course, and then you have trouble with no differentiation, and there's all kinds of issues that you run into. And I know you run into them. I run into them. I still run into them. And then how do you overcome them? And that's what my program will help you do. In video two, we talked about the results value relationship triangle, where if you have to show results through the value you bring to your customers, and that helps build the relationship and the trust that you need in order to move your business forward. And so it's a three-legged stool, and you know what it's like with a three-legged stool. If you take any leg away, you fall over. So it's important that you show results, you have value, and you build that relationship through the trust you bring by doing that. We also have other videos that, people cut their budgets in marketing in tough times like these, and you just can't do that. And so you've got to find a way to measure your marketing. We're going to talk about that. You've got to stop talking about your products and services and talk about the value you bring. The value I'm going to bring you is I'm going to help you double your income in a very short time frame, at the very maximum of 2 years. But you should probably do it within anywhere from 6 to 18 months. You should double your income. I'm going to talk to you about products and services and how you do that, but I want to talk to you about the value I bring. One of the videos was 7 quick strategies for sales. Talk to your existing clients to get more sales. Talk to old clients. Talk to old leads, etc. And you'll see that video on my blog. And of course, I think one of the biggest issues that most salespeople run into is that they sell too low. We sell to gatekeepers too many times, or we sell to the first person that contacts us. So you've got to learn how to get to the right decision makers, and we're going to talk about that today in the program, rather, that I'm making available today. So I don't have to tell you then that if you're running into these issues, how frustrating it must be for you. It certainly is frustrating for me when I run into them, and it was in the past, and I thought, how can I overcome these? And that's what my program is going to help you do. By the way, I hope you can hear me all right. I'm having a real bad cold day today, and for some reason, but anyway, we'll move forward. I hope you enjoyed the videos that were and that they were helpful to you. And if you did find them useful, then you're going to find that the program I'm introducing you to today will be even more useful, and it lets you get rid of those frustrations. So let's look at part of what the program is. Today I want to introduce you to a program that will help you overcome all of these issues that we talked about before, not just the ones that issued, but all the other ones, and allow you to double your income within a very maximum time of 2 years, and most people do it anywhere from 6 to 18 months. It's a program I developed from many years of research, interviewing, and more importantly, being in the trenches, being where you are now. I've owned 2 companies, as I mentioned. I've been a sales guy for 35 plus years. I know what it's like. I've been there and done that, and I've figured out ways to change it. So that's what I want to talk to you about. The program helped my company, the 2 companies I had, particularly one company, increase revenues by 50% each year for 6 straight years. So by trial and error and everything, but also applying all of this stuff, my company increased its revenues 50% each year for 6 straight years. So you can see I did double my income in less than 2 years. And this program also recently helped me triple the customer base of one of my clients. Now I use the customer base just to differentiate here, but we were able to triple their customer base in a very short time frame. is a program that can help you double your income within a maximum time of 2 short years, as I mentioned. If you want to double your income, let's suppose you're making $50,000 now and you want to make $100,000 within 2 years, this program can help you do that if you follow it properly and stick to it. You will double your income. Now let's look at the program and see what value it can bring to you by following the steps involved. There are 12 modules. You need to follow all 12 modules if you do want to double your income and you want to go through it properly. All right, let's look at Module 1. Module 1 is describing your ideal client. And everybody says, oh, I know what my ideal client, but most people don't. You'll learn how to apply demographics and psychographics to complete your ideal client profile. The real word today is you'll create like an avatar of your ideal client and who you and how you will talk to them. Module 2, you learn how to define your ideal client's major issues. Not your issues, but your client's issues. So there's a difference. There's the issues you run into when you talk to your client, but more importantly, you have to help them solve their issues, and the program will help you do that. You learn to do this so you can bring value to your new clients and stop talking about features. And so that's what you want to do, help them solve their issues by bringing value. Modules 3, you learn how to develop your unique value proposition, or UVP as I call it. This allows you to show your new clients what value you do bring them. Don't talk about features. Don't talk about advantage. You're going to talk about the value you're going to bring them. And in one of the videos, we went through that. So you're going to get an idea about how do you do that, and we're really going to go into that in depth. Module 4, you'll learn the 4 relevant players in all B2B sales. That's why there's a bit of a longer sales cycle in B2B sales, because of these 4 relevant players. There's the check signer, or the decision maker in B2B sales. There's the user influencer. There's gatekeepers you got to go through, and then we want to talk about how you get a champion to help you through this sales cycle. And if you do this, you will shorten your sales cycle. Module 5 shows you the 5 factors that affect B2B buying. These are very important to know, especially how to get to the personal side of each buyer. The 5 factors are just to list them here, but you'll go through them in detail in the program. Improved performance, increased opportunities, competitive advantage, risk mitigation, and then personal wins. And we're going to go through all of these in depth in the program, and it's important that you understand all of these and use them. In Module 6, you'll learn the 5 phases of B2B buying. You'll learn what marketing should do and what sales should do. And the 5 phases are, do you have a problem? Do you want to solve the problem? What solutions are out there? I like your solution, and then renewal. And we're going to go into each of these in detail to show you why it's important to understand why B2B people buy and what marketing should do and what sales should do. Okay, that's Module 6. Module 7, you learn the 4 categories of lead generation and how to qualify with my game plan methodology. The 4 categories are getting leads, then you have to qualify leads, then you have to nurture those leads if they're not ready to buy right away, and then of course there's the one where the old sales funnel, where you're going to go from lead to prospect to client, and how you do that, and the 11 steps to do that. But that's going to be in another module too. In Module 8, you'll learn how to generate authority. And authority can give you more respect in the marketplace. And we'll define what authority is, and there's two areas that will give you authority, and we're going to go through that. And it can give you more respect. And so it's important that you understand that too. Module 9, you'll learn about guarantees and how these are an effective way to play with the big boys. I'm going to give you a guarantee for this program. I talk to so many prospects and clients, oh, I can't give a guarantee for my technology. How in the world can I do that? And then on the next breath they say, but I want to compete with IBM and Google and Microsoft, but I can't do it because I can't give a guarantee because they're too big and they get everything. If you give a guarantee, you'll be able to compete with the big boys. That's what you want to do in everything that you do, is compete with those people if you give a guarantee, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Module 10 is all about building social proof and why it is so important to have case studies and testimonials done the right way. And I'm going to give you a questionnaire on how to ask the right questions for case studies and testimonials, because most people don't do that. And people buy based on testimonials. If somebody else is buying it, then they'll buy it too. So this is very important. Module 11, you'll learn the 9 stages you'll go through in moving from lead to prospect to client. So I've taken all of that, the lead prospecting, and put it into a whole new module, and that's what you'll learn. And in Module 12, the final module, you're going to learn 15 different methods for generating and nurturing leads. And these include things like your website, that's the most important thing, referrals and references, webinars, seminars, public speaking, white papers, trade shows, user groups, etc. So we're going to learn 15 different methods for generating and nurturing leads. So that's the program. 12 modules, all you learn. You can do this all in less than a month when you apply it. And you can see it's a very comprehensive program. It is meant to give you a system to help you grow your business by acquiring new clients. But more importantly, it is a system that can help you double your income within 2 short years at the most, or much shorter when applied. Here's an example of applying or not applying a program from a CSO Insights interview of a salesperson. CSO Insights is a research firm in sales and marketing, and this is an older interview, but it's very, very important that you look at this. So CSO asked the sales rep about a program that he had just taken. He says, yeah, that program is great, really powerful. In fact, the only time it doesn't work is when I don't use it. CSO Insights replies, that's quite an endorsement. How often would you say you use the principles you learned in the program? Sales rep, maybe half the time. So if you're going to use a program and it works, you got to use it all the time. Why would you use it half the time? Well, that's where you really some coaching can come in, and I can help you do that, in after the program if you want it. But we'll also have some Q&A as we go through the program. So you've got to use the program. If you buy the program and invest your money, please also invest your time. You will double your income with a maximum of 2 years if you apply this program. So let's get down to what investment you'll have to make to double your income within 2 years maximum. I would bet that most people would be willing to invest at least $5,000 to double their income in that short time frame. I certainly would. If I'm making, let's say I'm making $50,000 a year, and I could, within 2 years, I could make $100,000, and all it's going to cost me is $5,000. That's a 10% investment to double what I'm going to get back. That's unbelievable. I know that I certainly would be willing to invest that amount, as I said, but you won't have to invest anywhere near that amount. Let's look at the investment I figure I have made to learn this system and to put it into a program that makes it easy for you to learn and to implement. So this will give you an idea of all the hours and time and money, etc., that I've spent to learn this, to show you what you might have to do if you wanted to do it on your own. I figure that I've spent, over the last 30 plus years, at least 5,000 hours of research, interviewing time, and on-the-job learning, putting this system together. So I do that all the time. I'm researching, I'm interviewing senior executives, senior salespeople, find out. And of course, I've owned 2 companies. I've been a sales guy for 30 plus years. So I know a lot about what this is all about. And it's probably closer to double that, or 10,000 hours. But let's just say, be very conservative, 5,000 hours. If you spent the same time and were still working like you are now, you'd have to work for 10 extra years simply to catch up. How did I get that number? Well, here's how. Let's suppose you have a full-time job and work 1,800 hours a year. That's 48 weeks at 37.5 hours per week, 4 weeks in holidays, and that even includes stat holidays. So let's suppose you put in 10 extra hours a week trying to find all of this out. That's 500 hours per year, or 10 years just to catch up. Now let's translate that into work. By doing that extra 10 hours per week, that probably means you don't have a social life or much of a family life at all. Why? Well, because 10 extra hours per week is about 2 hours per day. And of course, that doesn't count commute time, your work time, for which many people is about 2 hours per day, 1 hour each way. So you're working 7.5 or 8.5 hours when you throw in lunch. You got 2 hours of commute. That's 10.5, and you'd be working over 12 hours a day, not including meal time. So as you can see, you're not going to have too much time left over to do what you want to do with your family, your kids, or whatever other outside life you got. So let's look at the cost of doing all of this. Let's say I average $20 per hour pay over this time. I actually average well over $200 per hour, but let's be very conservative here and say 5,000 hours at $20 per hour is $100,000. That's the minimum amount it would cost you to try and develop this program. And I would bet it'd be a lot closer to $500,000 if you really tried to develop it. $500,000. That's more like, that's probably closer to what I've spent when you look at all the time and money and work that I've invested in this program. But I'm not going to charge anything close to that. And on top of it all, you should double your income within 2 short years at most by following this program. And the program won't take you more than 1 month to complete fully if you decide that that's what you want to do, is double your income. On top of everything, I'm going to give you a full money-back guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied with the program, you'll have 90 days to look at it. I believe you should finish it in a month, but you have 90 days to keep the program and see if it is right for you. If you feel the program is not helping you, even though you are following everything, just contact me for a full refund. Where else can you get a deal like that? So as you can see, you've got nothing to lose. So what is your investment for this complete program on doubling your income through new client acquisition? You've seen what the full program can do, and if you don't feel that it's worth your while, I give you your money back. Remember, you're saving well over $100,000 minimum in learning costs and over 5,000 hours in your time by buying this program. And of course, that doesn't include all of the work and all of the thinking time to put in a program like this. If you follow the program, you should double your income within 2 years at the most by acquiring new clients. Your investment won't be $5,000. It won't even be $2,000 like almost all programs you see on the internet now, $1,995. It won't even be $1,000. Your investment is only $497, less than $500 for all of this for a minimum $100,000 investment, or doubling your income, and you'll make $50,000 or $100,000 more in a very short time frame. However, this offer will only remain open for 5 days, so I'm going to open it today, and on October the 3rd, I'm going to close it. So you've got 5 days in which to buy this program. So you must buy now in order to take advantage of this great offer. Because after 5 days, I will close the program off, and next time it is offered, it will be at least double the price. So why am I doing this? Well, it's the first time I've offered this program, and I want you to get the best deal possible for this program. I've sent you a bunch of information and videos, shows you how to do things, and this will give you the full detail about how to do it. And I want to work with you on it. I enjoy working with people, and I want to get your feedback on the program too. So let's look at everything you're going to get. You're going to have a full program allowing you to double your income by acquiring new clients. You get a very low introductory offer, $497, when most programs are $2,000 or more. And you're going to get a full money-back guarantee if you feel that you're not getting any value out of this program. I don't see how that will happen unless you don't use it, but I'm still willing to do that. But you must act now to get this offer. Simply click the buy button below, pay through PayPal or your credit card, and you'll get the program today to begin your quest to double your income. Thanks for watching. Click the button now, and I look forward to working with you and helping you to double your income.